Hello, it's Queen Sensitivity, and I'm here with some very good news. I was doing the dishes and I started to get these downloads, and I was sharing them in my Sensitive Souls group chat. And it was basically, the first message was like, um, you're about to, like, I don't know, receive, or like everything is about to pay off. And then I heard, that was at 9:54, which is 9/9, and I've been seeing 9/9 all day, and I know 9 is a number of like closing out a cycle, closing out a chapter. And then I heard, this is the great serving. I'm pretty sure that's one of the oracle cards from this deck. Let me see real quick. I heard the great serving. Recently, Spirit has been, I feel like I've been hearing like the mother embodiment of Spirit, if that makes sense. Like, Spirit has been sounding very feminine recently, and I believe that's because we've all been having a massive heart chakra, which is very much connected to the divine feminine, and that's what I've been hearing. Let's see, the great receiving, the great serving. Yeah, that's what I heard, the great serving. 72, and I didn't even have these cards. I'm not gonna dig through that. I feel like it's too much time. Let's see. The great serving. It's the one that looked like a mountain. Let me see if I can find it. Let's get that as the opening message. I heard it very clearly in my mind. I know we've all been doing a lot of clearing since the new moon. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired of clearing. I'm tired of like all the clearing. Clear. Like, when is it gonna be done? Clearing is like, it's very exhausting. Like, going through, I feel this one too, going through all the wounds, you know, digging through them, found it. I feel like Portal as well. Oh, it's so exhausting. It's like, we are never getting back together. All right, here you go. This is the card. This is the one. It says Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. This is a shadow card, one that may feel confrontational. Don't be afraid. It's here to bring to the surface anything that's standing in the way of letting love in. The warring planet of Mars is our constant reminder that it is important to soften, forgive, and find our way back to love. There are many things in the human experience that make it difficult for our heart and soul to stay open to the never-ending source of love. We're all wounded, and our unconscious wounds inflict wounds on others. It can feel like a never-ending dance we can never escape. If we aren't careful, before long, we'll see the world as a scary, dangerous place where fear and anxiety roam free. If this card surfaces, it could be for two reasons. Firstly, for you to acknowledge the difficult emotions, situations, conflicts, wounds, and fears that are causing you pain and anxiety. And secondly, for you to find your way back to love. When we're hurt, it's normal to close off our hearts to the world, to let the painful experience confirm the agony of separation in earthly life and everyday life. Soften to love and find your way back to love anyway. When fear, anxiety, and paranoia paralyze you, it's normal to want to hide away from the others and the world. Come out of your cave and soften your heart anyway. We're all innocent children spinning our way around the world. Find a way to see the innocence in all people, especially yourself. How are you cutting yourself off from love? How can you soften towards those who have hurt you? So, I know it hasn't been only me, but today, the last few days, since the 7/17 portal, I've been like feeling like a heightened anxiety around like money security, around like goals that I want to meet that I don't know how the hell I'm gonna meet those goals. Just things that I want in my life, and kind of like reminiscing and like comparing myself to other people. And it's crazy because I'm like, I've already done this a million different times. My hair is like weird. I've already like done the whole thing of like, I don't know, healing myself and learning not to really go down that rabbit hole of thinking, but it's prevalent anyways. And I just feel like this is like interference and kind of possibly attacks, but something that I really like to say. I don't know, I don't think many people do this, but you know, I don't make it seem like, I don't know, the, I don't know, attackers or the opponents or whatever are like, I don't know, this scary thing. To put it simply, I don't know, this interference has always existed, and you've always dealt with it. You've always persevered. So I don't see the need to, I know, cause a big panic. And like Ramona Lappin has said many times, if you don't know who that is, just type in on YouTube, Ramona Lappin, Lappin. She'll say that, you know, even people or, you know, entities or whatever that try to attack you and bring up your wounds and triggers, they're helping you because they're showing you things that are still there within you. If there was nothing there, then there wouldn't be a trigger to pull. But I do feel like that's what's been happening, interference, and I believe, and it hasn't been as intense as it's been in the past. Like, I've had very strong purges in the past where it was like, oh, I'm crying so hard. And I did cry today, but I know there was just this presence. I've been getting the message over and over and over and over. Be soft. Slow down. Don't think too much. Relax. Everything's gonna be fine. Despite what it might look like, everything's gonna be fine. The abundance is coming in. You just have to trust. And I feel like with the heightened anxiety and the heightened fears that are coming up, that's just more proof that it's true than ever before. The Energy Alchemist, who is on Instagram as well as on YouTube, she made a video today about this exact thing, and she titled it, We're Learning to Receive. And this is the great process of learning to receive. And while I was cleaning up the kitchen, I felt like something huge shifted. I don't know what it is. It might be a coronal mass ejection, because I read about earlier that a coronal mass ejection is supposed to be arriving around this time. I think they were saying it's hard to like time CMEs, but around this time, I don't know if it, has hit Earth, the energy of it yet. But I did feel something shift. I felt different shifts before many times where I'm always like, something just happened, something just happened, something just happened. And I don't know, I often get really frustrated because afterwards I'm like, well, where is it? I still feel the same, like nothing has changed in my life, but I feel like this time it's something substantial, because today I was called to go to places that I've never been before. I don't like to go to different places because I'm a very hermity, introverted kind of person, and new places kind of scare me, especially when I don't plan them like with a lot of tact and strategy and stuff like that. But I did. And one of the places that I was led to was a place that I had gone a long time ago, last year in September, but I went a different way. Like, I've been going down this path for a long time, like over years, but I never went past this bridge part. I never felt safe to go because I'm usually on my own. I don't really have people to walk with me. And today I was just like, I felt like it was time to go past the bridge. And when I went past the bridge, it led straight to an area that was very sacred to me. And I don't know, I feel like just that action of like crossing over, going under the overpass, is just substantial, added with this feeling of like anxiety. And even when I was having the anxiety, spirit was very soft and very feminine and gentle. They were like, I know everything feels like it's going crazy. I know that, you know, this is your situation. I know you want to be here and you want to have growth. But first of all, you have to remember your power, irregardless of what it looks like. You know, look to yourself for that source of power that you want revealed in your life, because you're the money maker, you're the magic maker, you're the manifester. You do have that ability. Anytime that you keep thinking that you don't and you have to wait on something else, keep reminding yourself that you do. And then also, it was just like, you can choose. It was like you have two choices. You can choose to sit here and be grumpy and be so worried about, I don't know, not receiving things that haven't even happened yet, or, you know, missing out on something that hasn't happened yet. Or you can roll down the windows and you can play Speak Now by Taylor Swift and like just be in this kind of like fantasy young girl world. It's like, if you believe the world is going to shit anyways, why not at least like be in control of how you experience that? It kind of reminded me of the movie Don't Look Up with Jennifer Lawrence and all the other superstars, and how at the end they were kind of like eating dinner at a table as like everything crashed down around them. And it's like, just enjoy, you know, the moment. Not saying that I don't think any catastrophes are happening. I do think miracles are here. Something just happened. I don't know if something just happened for me that I won't know until tomorrow, or know until 2 days from now, or if something just happened for somebody else that I know. I'm always happy. I feel like whenever things happen, I know, for other people that I don't know, it makes me happy, because that means there's more joy in the field, and I'm always down for that. So I don't know, let me know in the comments if this is you, if something with 1117, if something just, I don't know, crash landed for you, and like, I don't know, you wake up and somehow, some way, you're moving to your dream house, or you wake up and you find out you're pregnant, like you've been trying to get pregnant, or you wake up and, I don't know, you got tickets to see your favorite artist, something. But I feel like it's something even bigger than that. I don't know, like you get to travel somewhere, or you no longer have to pay off a student loan. Like you wake up and somehow your debt is gone. Ooh, these two already. I just feel like something big is happening. I feel it. Every time I try to get this card, it just keeps tucking down. So it's this feeling of like I said, even though I know something is online and some miracle just arrived, it's still a surprise. Spirit has been very secretive in terms of like, whenever I go into specifics, like I recorded a whole pick a card, and then towards the fourth pile, I was like, I can't show this, because it was about like blessings coming, and Spirit was very particular about not telling about the blessings, but rather wanted me to give advice on how to deal with the ups and downs, because it's again this emphasis on empowering you, because if you get the blessings and you still don't believe in yourself, like I've had many moments in my life where I got things that I didn't think that I deserved. I don't know why. Maybe because, you know, I'm a black woman and I grew up in the South, you know, and just black women in general, I feel like we're just kind of pushed to like expect nothing. Like give everything and expect nothing. Like different times, I remember I got this award when I was in 8th grade. Like it was this competition thing, and the whole school was like, I don't know, in it, and only 2 students won out of the whole school, and I was one of them. And the whole time I was just like, oh, what? Like I didn't do anything. Like I'm not that special. Like my work isn't that good to like deserve this award. And I remember a different time, my uncle surprised me with this Polaroid camera, because he knew how much I love art and photography. And I was just like, what? Like, how dare you give me something while I'm in here failing chemistry? I wasn't failing chemistry, but I don't know, I just didn't feel like I deserved it. And so that's what Spirit is like, I don't know, been calling me to share with everybody. Like, not this is the miracle that you're getting, this is how it's gonna happen, and da-da-da-da-da, A, B, C, D. But to push out empowerment, so that when you do receive it, you're completely open and receptive to that gift, rather than immediately rejecting it. And that's very important, because I feel like when you get that kind of momentum, Spirit wants it to be immediately expedited, immediately multiplied and expanded upon, versus if you get that momentum and like your first instinct is to like close up, that immediately like slows it down. I don't know, it's like, it's probably not the best example, but it's like how people or businesses or corporations, they want their investments to pay off. And this is not in any way like spirit doesn't care about, I don't know, stuff paying off, because everything is perfect, everything's working out. But it's like they want to invest in somebody, the producers and the companies, I don't know, movie film producers and stuff. They want to invest in somebody when they give them, hey, here's $2 million, I want you to make a film. They don't want that person to be intimidated and like, oh, what am I gonna do? And they spend like 6 weeks just feeling so insecure. They want to give that to the person who's gonna turn that $2 million into $6 million. You know what I mean? Or turn that movie into this national sensation. It ends up being worldwide. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know if that's a good enough thing, but that's what I'm getting. I also just got like some skeletons. I can also like hear the people watching this video. If I make faces, it's because I can hear your comments. Thank you for all your support. So the lone card that we have is the Apprentice of Stones. So this is a divine inheritance. A divine inheritance is what I heard. The stone, the pentacle, is all about physical, material wealth, material abundance. And because this is the apprentice, it's the, I don't know, the runner up or the person that comes in after the person's in charge, and they're like training to replace them, if that makes sense. And this is what I was saying about spirit and about the very feminine spirit mother, cosmic mother that I've been hearing. She wants you to remember that you are God. You are God's child. You are God. It's both. It's all of the things. And get that empowerment back. Get that sense of like, I don't need to keep asking and looking outside of myself for approval or for somebody else to decide when I get to be free. You are the one that needs to know that and to recognize that. And it takes a lot of trials, especially when you've been spending decades thinking the opposite. So please be very gentle with yourself, but that's the message here. And I also am getting called to use this deck. This deck is very like a baby. Like they always want me to use it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure everybody else can hear other decks when they call to them, but this one, whenever I'm like not using it for a while, they'll be like, don't forget about me. Don't forget about me. Use me. Choose me. Let's see. What would you like to say, Spirit, about this landing of a miracle? This beautiful cosmic egg that has just been reborn. So we have the black unicorn, which has been showing up a lot recently. Oh, and wow, the truth. Both of these cards came out recently. And as you can see, I just shuffled the deck. Light in the darkness. So yeah, I feel like a lot of people, whenever you're watching this video, I think the night of when you're watching this, you're gonna have a lot of like dreams. And one thing that I was called to do, like today on my day off, I was called to sit for a lot of time. Sit. When you wake up, don't be in a rush. Just sit. You know, don't try to do too much of this, do too much of that. And I did. And after I got going with my day, I came back again and I did a meditation and I did 2 activations and I just sat. That's very important. Like when you go to sleep, I feel like that's like when Spirit is like, let me get in there. I'll read the black unicorn. If somebody is considering getting a personal reading by me, I would say, I welcome you. You just need to DM me on Instagram, or you can email me at queensensitivity1@gmail.com. And if you want to like know my prices and stuff, there's a pinned post on my Instagram page, if I can talk. Independence. A dynamic unicorn rears up on its hind legs, majestic and high above the world. He commands respect from all who see him. Black unicorns are less familiar than white ones, but they do have their own place in mythology, known as a symbol of freedom. Their character is not the same as that of their white cousins. With great strength and hunting prowess, the black unicorn is a creature of fierce independence and sometimes rebellion. Occasionally, we need to stand on our own 2 feet. When this card appears in a reading, it is suggesting that now is not a time to rely on others, but to stand confidently in your own beliefs and take charge of your life. This card, in many ways, a symbol of choice, since it has in our decisions that we exercise our power and independent thinking. Whether you choose to be self-sufficient and decide to go it alone or make a stand, potentially pushing against the flow, doing so will command respect from others and put you in a league of your own. I just said all this. That's so nice. I literally just said all the things. So yes, this is what I was saying. Spirit wants you to believe in yourself. Start asking yourself for manifestation. Start believing in your ability to manifest by daydreaming. Daydreaming is really important. I think that's one of the reasons why I keep trying to find good fantasy shows and fantasy movies to get into, or even fantasy books. I don't know if this is a good one. I'm reading Good Omens. I'm reading more than one book at a time, but like, because that visualizing stuff or watching people achieve their dreams, like I love watching like documentaries of like artists, like when I watch Beyonce's Life Is But a Dream, like watching stuff like that, I really soak it in and it really boosts me up. I love the Magnolia Network. If anybody has any recommendations, please let me know. Also, if you would like to donate to me, I would love that, especially as a sign of reciprocity. If you're resonated with these readings, I would love to be reciprocated monetarily. But if you aren't able to do that, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for giving it a thumbs up and leaving a sweet comment. It can literally just be 2 hearts and a diamond maybe. Sharing it with your friends and, you know, stuff like that. So let's look at the truth, because I feel like that's important as well. The truth came out when I was like, I think I was at a park doing a reading. Honesty. A woman crouches within the wings of a dragon and confidently offers you a sword. A flash of light reflects off its blade. The weapon is a symbol of truth. Looking into your eyes, she asks you to consider what is true and what is not. This card of honesty sometimes requires you to be honest with others, but it will always encourage you to be honest with yourself. There will be occasions when this is easier said than done. If you've drawn this card, then you know what it is you must do. This is not a time for avoidance, since fairness is paramount. In some readings, the truth will become revealed from an external source and will need to be accepted. However, in other situations, you are being motivated to speak up about what you consider to be morally right and fair. So this is a call, and it's a very scary call, but this is a call to do what your heart keeps telling you to do. Like my heart keeps telling me, don't apply for jobs. You don't have to work so much. But then when I don't have money in the way that I wanted to, or I don't know, in a way that feels safe and secure. Like I'm not able to save. But Spirit is saying you have to keep stepping forward in integrity. You have to keep living your life with as much integrity as possible. You have to be the way shower. I know your parents and your aunts and your uncles and I don't know, whoever it is you look up to didn't do that. They have, you know, more practical jobs and, you know, a safer, more stable route. But Spirit is saying not to do that. Spirit has also been telling me not to work very hard. I don't have to work my ass off. I don't have to do so much advertising, and like if I don't feel like something is the right thing to do, then don't do it. And this is what the truth is about. It's really time for everybody to step up and really live their truth, because that's the only way that things can change. If we refuse to play the game, then the game has to end, because we're the ones that are facilitating it. Okay? So now we have the light and the darkness. I don't know if I should read that. I think Spirit is saying yes. Ooh, Medusa. I've been seeing a lot of Medusa and Ursula. I love Ursula. Unfortunate souls. Okay. It says clarity. Holding out her hand, a shrouded figure suspends a necklace before our eyes. The light of the pentacle brightens. Pentacle. The light of the pentacle brightens the dark room, showering every crack within the brickwork and the delicate silvery webs. What we could not see before is now illuminated. The disclosure that everybody been talking about. This card cuts through the darkness and helps you to see clearly. During times of worry or fear, it can highlight a positive sign that is heading your way, or a snippet of new information that will allow for better understanding of a situation that has been confusing you. If you have drawn this card, it might be time to still your mind and keep alert. Clarity or understanding could be within your grasp if only you open your ears and eyes to it. The words of a friend, the lines of a song, or seemingly random messages from an unexpected source could provide the answers that you have been looking for. Clarity shines a light into the darker rooms of existence that are filled with uncertainty. When this card arrives in your readings, know that the situation you asked about will soon become more comprehensible. I have been getting this message over and 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 over that something that I have been really wanting to resolve and get moved out of my way is going to be dissolved. And it's been very frustrating because I'm like, okay, how do I do this? And Spirit has not been giving me like those types of answers. I keep saying 44. It's been like, you should post a reel or go post a video or do nothing or go to the park. Go to the grocery store and like get you some fruits and vegetables. It's been like really like stuff that is very unrelated. And I feel it's because Spirit is the one, God is the one that's gonna handle the big stuff, which they've already been doing the whole time. And like I said earlier, how do you want to spend this time? Do you want to spend it, in crippling pain, which is fine, because sometimes you need to like, purge it out and cry about it? Or do you want to spend it relaxed and just trusting, believing? Again, it's like, if everything's gonna go to shit, then let me, at least enjoy the ride there. I'm getting imagery of that movie Holes with Shia LaBeouf when he was on the bus, like going into the middle of nowhere where he would be punished for like, I think the whole summer. And like, how are you gonna be on that bus? He ended up like finding gold and like clearing his grandpa's name. Like, all these miracles came out of that trip. And it's like, I don't know, I feel like there's something in you when you're on a bus like that knows that everything, like if you really ask, everything's gonna be okay. And you don't know that you're gonna find that gold. You don't know that your family's secret recipe is about to be finally cured and fulfilled. You don't know that you're about to meet, your soul brothers, your soul family. But you do. You don't know how everything's gonna be okay, but you do know that everything's gonna be okay. And so it's like, smile or, relax against all the odds, because, the vampires feed. I got a vampire book. The vampires, like, they feed off of you, being sad and anxious and doubting, and that just kind of extends the whole thing. But at the same time, everything is fine. Everything is going well, and I want you to know, no matter how you feel or what state you're in, I feel like somebody might have been, triggered. I'm triggered sometimes by the things that I say, especially like the hopeful things. I'm like, yeah, right. It still hasn't happened yet. But, however you feel at every moment is completely valid. Please, respect however you feel. And then later on, you can come and be like, you know what, I believe again. I gave up 2 minutes ago. I gave up 2 hours ago. But, right now, I can do it. And, be respectful of yourself and appreciate yourself in those moments as well. Everything's fine. I really try my best not to take, even when I feel these energies personally, or even myself, you have to laugh sometimes. And that's what I do. So this has been your update. I felt some shift, and this is what has been channeled. Again, I would appreciate a donation. But like I said, I'm just grateful for you to be here, and I really hope these messages resonated. And I don't know, let me know in the comments things. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.